Hello, my peeps. This Algebra Nation video will cover workbook page 68. We'll do problems 9 and 10.
Look at our next question. We're looking at Beyonce, and she is going on tour. She has to drive from New York City to New Orleans, which is a really long drive. I'm not jealous of that at all. Now, the path that she takes can be represented by the equation y minus 3 equals 2x plus 5. Determine the x and the y intercepts and graph the line on the axis below. All right, now when we're given an equation and it's not in the form of y equals mx plus b, that's what we want to do. We first want to get it in terms of y equals mx plus b. We'll make it a lot easier. Now, a great way to graph a line is by plotting your x and your y intercepts. When you do that, you can connect them, and that creates your line. You plot the point where your line goes through your y-axis, which is your y-intercept, and you plot the point where the line goes through your x-axis, which is your x-intercept. So let's start with our equation. We have y minus 3 equals 2x plus 5. All right, well, I want y to be by itself. I want y to be by itself on the left side of my equation. So what do I need to do? Well, 3 is being subtracted from y. So what do I need to do to get rid of it? Right, if 3 is being subtracted from y, we get rid of it by adding 3. Whatever we do to one side, we got to do to the other. Okay, so y minus 3, we're adding 3. Well, the negative 3 and the positive 3 cancel out. We get y equals 2x plus 5 plus 3. Do we have like terms? Yeah, we're going to combine that plus 5 and the plus 3. So we get 2x. What's 5 plus 3? 8. We get y equals 2x plus 8. Now that we have that, what do we want to do? Let's get our x and our y intercepts. All right. Our x-intercept always has the form x, comma 0. It's when the height is 0. It falls, your y value is 0. That point is going to fall on your x-axis somewhere. So if y is 0, we're just going to plug in a 0 for y right here. So we're going to say 0 is equal to 2x plus 8. We need to figure out what x is. Well, how do we figure out what x is? We just solve for x. Since 8 is being added to this side, we're going to subtract it from each side. Those cancel out, and we get negative 8 equals 2x. Are we done? No, we want the value of x, not of 2x. So we divide. We're going to divide both sides by 2. 2 divided by 2 cancels out, and we get x equals negative 8 divided by 2. Well, negative over positive, what do we get? A negative. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x is equal to negative 4. Our x-intercept is at the point negative 4, comma 0. Well, where is that on our graph? Well, our x is negative 4. Your x-intercept is always going to be on your x-axis. So we go to negative 4 for our x, and it's just on your x-axis. We don't go up or down because y is 0. All right, are we done? No, in order to plot this line, we need to get our y-intercept as well. So your y-intercept always has the form 0, comma y. This point is on your y-axis. You're not moving to the left or right. It's on your y-axis. We need to figure out where. Let's rewrite our line. It was y equals 2x plus 8. If we know that the y-intercept is where x equals 0, we plug in a 0 for x. Plug in a 0 right there. Well, anything times 0 is what? 0. That cancels out. We get y equals 8. Remember, the line y equals 2x plus 8 is of your form y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept. 8, 8. Same way, two different ways to get your y-intercept. So our y-intercept is 0, comma 8. Let's see where this is. Well, we know it's going to be on our y-axis, so we're not going to the left or right. And we're going to go up 8. Where is 8? Right there. You got it. We've got our y-intercept. Now what do we need to do? We just need to connect them. Once we connect them, that will give us our line. Let's add some arrows. And we got it, guys. We just graphed the path. We graphed the path that Beyonce is taking to go from New York to New Orleans.
Why don't we graph a path towards brain break? Don't let this happen to you on the EOC. Might be painful. All right, last problem.
In this problem, Larry is looking for some buried treasure. So he was given we're going to sketch the graph of the route that he walked. Now, if he finds treasure when he hits the y-axis and where the line meet, that's where the treasure is. What is the coordinate point of where that treasure is located? Let's get to that in a second. Let's first just graph this line. So we have our line, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5. Is our line in y equals mx plus b form? Yes, which is awesome. Why? Because when it's in y equals mx plus b, we can easily see what our slope is and easily see what our y-intercept is. Remember, y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, and b is your y-intercept. So let's see what we've got. M is your number in front of the x. It doesn't include the x, just the number in front of the x. So what do we see? In front of our x, we have negative 2/3. You've got to include the sign. So our slope is negative 2/3. Well, what is our b? What is our y-intercept? Well, let's look. We have our negative 2/3 x plus 5. Well, that number is giving us our y-intercept. It's positive, so we've got to include the sign. That plus 5, that's our y-intercept. So our b is equal to 5. Well, what does that mean? b equals 5, that's our y-intercept. That's the point on your y-axis where the line goes through. So, let's see where that is. Where's 5 on our y-axis? 5 is right here. Well, that's our y-intercept, right? The y-intercept. Your y-intercept is always of the form 0, comma y. You don't go over any for x. It's on your y-intercept. And then you just choose your value of y, which in this case is 5. So our y-intercept is 0, comma 5. Well, now that we have a point, what do we want to use? We want to use our slope. We're going to use our slope of negative 2/3. Okay, well, a negative slope is our line going to look something like this, something like this. It's going to be sloping downward. Negative slopes, they slope down. As you move over in your x, if you go from left to right, your line is going to be going down. So let's start at our point. Let's see what we have. We have a negative 2/3. So we're going to go down 2 and over 3. Down 2, 1, 2, 3, over 3. Let's do it again. Down 2, over 3. That's awesome. We have 3 points right now. We could do it again. Go down 2, over 3. We've got a whole bunch of points. Now what do we need to do? We just need to connect them, and then we'll have our line. Ooh, that was not a good one. All right. Let's draw some arrows on that bad boy. Let's get it looking really pretty. There we go. We've got our line. All right, so now that we've got the line, it says if he hits treasure when he hits the y-axis, what is the coordinate point of the treasure is located? We actually already did this work. Look at where your line hits your y-axis. Remember, your vertical axis is your y-axis. Your horizontal is your x. Well, where does the line hit the y-axis? Right here, it hits at the y-intercept. We already figured out that point, didn't we? We already figured it out. That was our point, 0, comma 5. So, what's the coordinate point of where the treasure is located? Well, it's located where the line hits the y-axis. It's located at your